Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. Forget how many comics I got. It's like 8. Picked a few off the shelf, had 5 or 6 on my shop, plus from on my pull list, plus one that 3 months old. But we're going to start out with our top of the printer museum covers for the week. This is the ones I keep on the top of my printer and just kind of look at as I walk by. And I specifically I was pulling something else out that reminded me of a Dan Spiegel Crossfire cover. So I said, I want a Dan Spiegel Crossfire cover. And this is one I don't even remember. He did some memorable covers for this series, but I don't remember them all. This is Crossfire number 9. Nice cover, just Crossfire running. To reread these one. You know what? These were never great comics, but they were solid comics. And Dan Spiegel was never a great comic book artist. He was a solid comic book artist. He did a lot of good stuff. But I should say he was never one of my favorites, but I always liked his stuff. Matter of fact, I don't think I have them anymore. He did a run on Black Hawk in the early 80s. That's pretty cool. And then this one, of course, is a Bob Layton Iron Man cover. Iron Man 148. I just kind of like that one. Him bursting through the floor. So now I'll put these away and look at some new ones. What else do we have here? We got the Comic Shop News. 1842. Oh, got 2 of them. Comic Shop News with Darkwing Duck. And we've got Comic Shop News Winter Preview. A little hemback for you. Oh, look at that. The Flash is hitting everyone with snowballs. So we'll see what's coming in the winter. Betty, the Final Girl. Archie Horror. All right. We'll check that one out. There was an Archie Horror book today that came out, but I didn't get it. Maybe I'll get it next week if it's still on the shelf, because I picked up some other stuff. Like I picked this one up off the shelves. The Firstborn. By who does this? Sumerian, issue 1. Ian E. Pliskin and Luca Vassallo. This is one of these, shorter comics. It's not quite as tall as a regular comic. I've seen a bunch of these this size come out lately. I'm not sure why they're this size. But I flipped it open and liked the artwork. I have no idea what it's about. Oh, look, there's some sort of puppy deer? What is that? But and there were 2 covers. This was the one. The other cover was kind of elegant. This one was weird. I went with the weird one. Up in the back is some sort of fireball heading towards it. We'll see what it is. $4 comic, cover B. No idea. Didn't read anything about it. The Firstborns is a work of pure fiction, unless otherwise indicated. All right. Sumerian Comics. Richardson, Texas. Don't send us any weird stuff, it says in the indicia. Let's send them some weird stuff. Opposition defiance disorder. What is that called? When you have to do the opposite of what's said. Meanwhile, here's a facsimile edition of The Brave and Bold, issue number 28, the first Justice League of America. Justice League of America 1 came after this. I haven't read this in a long time, but I have probably had a reprint somewhere. And this one is actually, unlike that Wonder Woman one, which was printed right from the comic, this one, they obviously have stats of, or the film of, this is real archived DC stuff. Still don't know why that Wonder Woman one I got a couple of weeks ago was such crappy quality. And then we've got Spawn 336. Rory McConville and Carlo Barberi. They've been on this book regular for quite a bit now. Nice cardstock cover. Still only $2.99. Ooh. Nice Spawn drawing there. Giant Spawn war going on. There's like 19 different Spawns. Here are the pages you can skip. I never read those ones. I'm sure they're better now that Todd McFarlane isn't writing them, but I still don't bother to read them. I don't know. If there's something important to the story in there, I'll never know. Then it's not Radiant Ink, it's Radiant Pink. It's not even Radiant P ink. I think there's a 4-issue series. And part of, the Radiant Black, what is called the Massive Verse. She's one of the Radiants who, I think she's got her own YouTube channel and stuff. She's the young social media Radiant. I think I only put the first issue on my pull list for now. I'll see if I like it. I'm under no obligation to buy all the Radiant stuff. So, who does this? Emma Kubert is the art, and the writing is Rebecca Nolte. So we'll check that one out. And they picked this one up. Scott Snyder, Tony S. Daniels, Francis Manapool, a Nocterra one-shot special. Val special. I barely remember what Nocterra was about. Like, Nocterra has been like a solid B comic. There's some beautiful artwork right there. Has been a solid B comic for me. They can't all be A's, so it's a B. So I don't really remember it like I remember all the other stuff. But we'll see how the one-shot special is. Oh, then we got a little Escape from Wyoming. Let me check the varnish on it. Varnish looks pretty good. Escape from Wyoming #2. Hey, where's the varnish on the back? We don't have varnish on the back? There should be varnish on the back. I don't know what's going on. Escape from Wyoming #2. This is one you can find my name in. I'm in there amongst the credits on the production. Looks like we just got Escape from Wyoming #3 to the printers this week. It's a fun story. It turns out there's some penal colony that we don't know about, an alien penal colony in out in Wyoming somewhere, and it's like this big secret from Earth. Earth doesn't know about it, but then there was just a jailbreak of these guys, and it's supposedly an unescapable penal colony too. And I think the fail-safe is they blow up the Earth. So they're trying to get the guys back before the fail-safe kicks in and they blow up the Earth. So it's been a fun first issue. We'll try out the second issue, see how fun that is. And then this is the one that's been missing for 3 months. Dark Spaces Wildfire #3. I already got 4 and 5, and the series is over, so I can go back and read 3. I actually ended up, when I got 5, I found 3 digitally and read it just so I can read 4 and 5. But now I'm going to go back and read 3 by itself. Some nice covers in the back, too. Fun, prison break, firefighting story. Scott Snyder, Hayden Sherman, Rhonda Pattison. Some nice artwork. I've enjoyed this one. Was this IDW? Then here's a surprise. I ended up ordering this one just because I saw it on Final Order Cutoff. A Three Stooges facsimile edition. I just kind of wanted to see it. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a big Three Stooges fan, but I watched Three Stooges in my youth. I have never read a Three Stooges. Matter of fact, I think there's another facsimile edition. American Mythology Productions put this out. The Stooges Meet Robin Hood. I think there's another one that I ordered too. A Three Stooges facsimile edition coming out in a few weeks. But I was like, all right. Stooge Wars? I guess they're putting out their own thing too, maybe. Or maybe it's just a parody ad. But never read a Three Stooges comic. Let's see, I think they actually have credits in here too. Writer Carl Fahlberg, artist Joe Messarilli. All right. Surprise one. Like that's kind of surprised me that there'd be put out Three Stooges facsimile editions. And then there's the last one. All Against All. I picked this one up because it's another Caspar Wingard drawn book. Alex Packnadel is writing it. What book did he just... Homesick Pilots is the book that Caspar Wingard just... I can't remember who wrote that one. But Caspar Wingard drew that one. And he also drew the... where I first saw his stuff was on that Watchmen sequel book that I can't remember. Johnny Thunderbolt? No, it wasn't Johnny Thunderbolt. It was the other guy. The guy who was Ozymandias in Peter Cannon Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. That's where I first saw his artwork, drawing Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. So I've been following his stuff since then, so we'll check this one out. This one is... the artwork on this one is more like Homesick Pilots, I would say. Because I remember that Peter Cannon Thunderbolt was very kind of fine-lined, and this has got more thick inks and textures in it. So we'll see how that one is. Meanwhile, we'll show you what... Since I've been well this week and haven't had a sinus infection, I managed to get a Dreams of Things colored and finished. Number 163. This fine fella here looking out at us with his strange eyes, and those could almost be musical instruments on the side. They remind me of frets on a guitar now, and those things you turn to tune it. I don't know what they're called. I'm not a musician, nor do I have ever owned a guitar. But there you go. A little look at the edge of the dream world and these people who live there, and maybe you'll give us some good advice or bad advice. You never know. So there you go. Some comic books, some artwork, and you guys have a good week out there.